Welcome to GoodKnit Kisses, Techniques and Tutorials. Hi, I'm Kristen. We're teaching techniques and tutorials at GoodKnit Kisses to help keep you in stitches. Today's clip is from a longer video, a longer tutorial that is a pattern. We are going to shorten it down for you today, so click on the link in the description below if you'd like more information or that full video tutorial. All right, let's begin.
So now you're ready to shape the top. The first round is we're going to knit 4. So again, where you are U-wrap knitting, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then now we want to knit 2 together. So I'm going to take the 5th loop and put it on top of the 6th loop. These are of course all stitches. So the 5th stitch on top of the 6th stitch, and then that will make it a right leaning decrease, and knit 2 together. And then we take our yarn and we put it in the back behind this empty peg here, and then we're going to U-wrap around and lift both of these loops off of the peg and over. Okay, make sure that you got a nice loose stitch there, not too tight. And then we move on to the next one. So we repeat that. So knit 1, 2, 3, 4, take the 5th, move it on to the 6th, and then knit those 2 together, making sure that your yarn is behind peg 5. Okay, keep going and repeat all the way around. After you finish these rounds here, you're going to want to knit 1 round in between. So the first round is knit 4, then knit 2 together, repeat, and then the second round is just knit all the way around, and you will skip behind all these pegs that are already empty. I'll meet you back up when you are ready to start round 3. See you soon. Okay, you should have 40 stitches left on your pegs, and we did 1 round in between where you just slip back behind this empty peg here. So we're going to do a little bit of moving around this round. So on round 3, we're going to knit 3. So we take our first stitch, and I actually already knit that one already, so that's 1, and then 2, and then 3. Now we need to knit these 2 stitches together. So I'm actually going to take this one here and move it to this empty peg over here, and that will kind of ease up some of that other tension that we had. And now I'm going to take this one that's going to be my 4th peg and put it onto my 5th peg here. Okay, and then now I'm going to knit these 2 stitches together just as before. Okay, so that is that, and then we're going to move on to the next one. So we're going to go into the back here, go around the front, and knit 1, 2, 3. Same thing, we want to move this peg over onto the empty one, and then now we're going to move this number 4 peg over onto peg 5 and knit those 2 stitches together. And if it's easier, you can lift the first one up and over and then the next one. All right, continue, knit 3, 1, 2, 3, move the stitch, move the stitch, knitting them together. And then I'll show you how to lift those one at a time. That's all you do. Just lift the top one and then the next one. And then that can be a little easier if it's harder to do them together. So here we go. So you just continue with the knit 3, knit 2 together, and moving your stitches as needed. And I will pause your video and make 1 more round knit again, and then we'll meet you back on the 5th round. See you soon. Okay, we're on the 5th round. We're going to knit 2 and then knit 2 together. So same thing, we're going to knit 1, 2, and we're going to do a little something different. We're going to walk some stitches around, but I'm going to make a little bit of room here. So I'm going to move this stitch down, 1 down here, and go ahead and walk 1 more down. So the one we just knit, I'm going to make another space. I'm just going to go ahead and start spacing these out a little bit more. And now that I've walked that down, I'm going to move this stitch down 1 more time and move it on top. So I haven't moved that other one that I did move the last round, I'm not actually touching it. I'm just moving this one down twice. So now I can knit these two together. So I've still only knit 1, 2 here. So now I'm going to knit these 2 stitches together. Okay. And so now they're every other peg. And then I come down here and I need to knit 1. And I need to knit 2. And then we're going to walk this stitch down. And then walk this stitch down. And then we're going to knit these 2 together. And if you need to, you can also knit this one first and then move it on top. And lift that bottom loop up and over. It does the same thing. So now see how it's all every other one. We're evenly spacing it out. You will have, when you started this round, you will have 32 stitches left on your pegs here. So we're going to knit 1, knit 2, and now we're knitting to those 2 together. So remember, we walk them down. Okay. And then we're going to knit these 2 stitches together. There we go. And continue. All right, so do exactly what we've been doing here. If you need to rewind and have a reminder, that's great. And then you're going to do another round of knit all the way around, holding it behind the peg. So I'll meet you back up after you finish the 5th and 6th rounds, and we'll finish this up together. All right, so I'm going to measure around my loom one time with this working yarn. Go ahead and cut it, and we need our tapestry needle. And we are just going to go through all these remaining stitches and not work them anymore. So break the yarn, leave a long tail, and thread the end through the remaining stitches. And we'll just draw this up and complete this together. So after you've got all the stitches on here, meet me back up and we will work this last tail in. I'll show you how to weave in that beginning tail. All right, pause your video and I'll see you soon. All right, once you've removed all the loops from the loom, all these stitches, just going to go ahead and pull and cinch this up. And then we're going to take our needle and work it back into the inside of the hat. Just right through the middle there. Turn it inside out. And then just pull it on through. And pull that nice and tight. That is a roving yarn, so don't pull too tight to where it breaks. And then we're just going to go back through one of these beginning stitches. Pull through and leave a little bit of a loop here. Make sure that this part's still tight. Pull that through, leave a loop, and then go back through that little loop that you leave. All right, you've got yourself a secure knot. And I like to go through and go ahead and cinch these up together and get a couple more loops in there with another knot just to make sure it's nice and fastened securely. And then cut your yarn or break it.
Thanks for joining me on GoodKnit Kisses technique tutorials. Be sure to subscribe and also comment down below and tell me what techniques and stitches that you would like to see. Have a great day and happy knit and crochet.